All right, let's have a discussion about Caleb Kelly and Justin Broiles in the Peach Bowl and all that's coming up after the bumper.
Don't be cornering me. Hold up. Time. You gotta help me with that corner shit.
What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I'm not on Step Mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always college football related, sports related. We have a good time. And today, I want to have a conversation about two guys that are going to be very important to Oklahoma on defense. They are safety Justin Broiles and outside, will linebacker Caleb Kelly. Now, I kind of want to walk this out because as you can see, I stumbled over what position Caleb Kelly plays because he's moved to will, which is supposed to happen last year and kind of sort of did happen last year, but didn't really happen in the way that we thought it should happen, right? Because Curtis Bolton was able to usurp Caleb Kelly last year and earn that will linebacker position beside Kenneth Murray Jr. And for many people last year, Curtis Bolton was the best defender on that 2018 defense that was so bad, but he was really great in it. And the fact that a guy like Curtis Bolton could usurp Caleb Kelly does not speak well of Caleb Kelly. Now, he is the crown jewel of the 2016 class, which has been all kinds of weird. I mean, Amani Bledsoe was on this squad, was in this class, as was guys like Parrish Cobb. It's a weird class. Ben Powers also in that class. But Caleb Kelly is a five-star linebacker that a lot of people, myself included, thought would have a decision to make last year, about what he was going to do and how he was going to do it because the talent was always there. 6'3", 225. He's built like you read about, and he's felt like that space linebacker. He felt like the kind of guy that could be what Isaiah Simmons has turned out to be at Clemson, right? So there's that. And then there's this aspect of his game that I think has been wildly underrated, which is him rushing off the edge. The way that people talk about Kenneth Murray Jr., what he's able to do on third down when you can line him up in a 9 technique and just say, go kill the quarterback. Caleb Kelly was that guy last year when he was healthy and ready to go, and he has been a force in big games when you needed a play made. Caleb Kelly has been on the end of those. 2018 against West Virginia, 2017 against Texas Christian. He's been that guy. Now, this year is an odd year for him because he's coming off of a, ACL injury. He had repaired and was sitting out most of the year. Came back against, he's putting this is going to be fourth game. He's going to play in his fourth game. So, came back later in the season, right? And he's played every game since. The problem that you're running into now is that Caleb Kelly is about to go up against this 4-game redshirt rule. The LSU game will be his 4th game, which is to say he could play in this game and not lose his red shirt, okay? So he is going to play against LSU, against Joe Burrow, against that Joe Moore award-winning offensive line, and whoever it is, they put a tailback, for which we'll find out, I'm sure, later on Monday when Ed Orgeron has a chance to speak about the availability of Clyde Edwards-Helaire on Saturday. But I want to see how Alex Grinch decides to deploy Kelly because what he has been doing is deploying him as a will linebacker in the inside, right? Inside linebacker. But will he perhaps move him out to that rush in position and have him blitzing off the edge? I'm not sure that's on the table because last year was a totally different scheme than this year. But I think if you could have maybe that bare front where you got 3 down linemen and 2 guys on the end, perhaps Kenneth Murray Jr. is on one side and Kelly's on one side with Deshaun White in the middle, and you're able to perhaps get some pressure on Joe Burrow. Now, that also means that you're probably going to bring more than 4, and that's not been a thing that has worked for people that have been trying to rush Joe Burrow because he's just been that good, and he really hasn't had a bad game all season, which is something else entirely. Also, shout out to Joe Burrow, who got his high school stadium named after him. It's now Joe Burrow Stadium up there, which is awesome and ridiculous. Shout out to you. But what Caleb Kelly can do, perhaps help you in pass rush, is maybe help you with your run fits, right? Because I've always thought that Caleb Kelly is just a strong safety that plays linebacker, and I've always wanted to see him at strong safety. Doesn't look like I'm going to get my wish at any level, but that's where it is. And I've said that because the guy playing at strong safety against LSU is going to be Justin Broiles and not Delarrin Turner-Yell. As you're very much aware, if you are following along with the rest of us, DTY, Trouble, is out with a shoulder injury. And he ain't going to play against LSU, and if they beat LSU, he wouldn't play in the national championship game, right? So Justin Broiles is going to fill in that role. Justin Broiles has not played a whole hell of a lot of football this year. And this is a guy who last year was coming on at the straight safety position because they were so thin there. Last year, safety has been such a curiosity, and was last year, in large part because nobody actually took the job. You know, it was one of those where you just kind of, okay, I guess Khalil Houghton is going to be back there. Okay, I guess Robert Barnes is going to be back there. And you needed Jordan Parker and Justin Broiles to come over to help you fill out the safety depth. Those are two cornerbacks that were converted to strong and free safety. Now, Justin Broiles played outstanding football last year at the strong safety position where against Iowa State, he had double-digit tackles and was the first guy to do that at that position since Tony Jefferson, who has been outstanding in the NFL and was a tackling machine at Oklahoma from the same position. Just kind of funneled everything to him, and Mike had him tackle everything because he put people on the ground. Now, Justin Broiles has the ability to have an outstanding game at strong safety, but there's a reason why Delarrin Turner-Yell was starting out there. And in a defense where Alex Grinch has shown, I will play everybody. He is not afraid to play freshmen. He's not afraid to play guys he doesn't really know. He tried to get everybody in. Often, so much so that everybody's looking around going, why is X guy not playing on this snap, whether it be Neville Gallimore and Kenneth Murray. But at safety, Pat Fields and Delarrin Turner-Yell had played basically all the snaps, right? That's how much Alex Grinch not only trusts Delarrin Turner-Yell and Patrick Fields, but how little he trusts the guys behind them. And I understand there's a lot of people that want to see Jeremiah Cradell get into this game, maybe Woody Washington get into this game, maybe Jamal Morris get into this game. But I don't see Alex Grinch changing how he decides to deploy his defense entirely, right? I think if Justin Broiles is next up, it's because Justin Broiles is next up and not because Justin Broiles has necessarily earned every opportunity and every rep that has been going to Delarrin Turner-Yell. And the reason I'm interested in how he's going to handle this is as much as I would drag DTY because he's a liability in coverage like most strong safeties, he's also where he's supposed to be most of the time. Like he's getting beat on plays. He's not out of position. And when he tackled well, when he put people on the ground, when Pat Fields put people on the ground, that defense played lights out football. Like that was when the defensive line got to eat. That's when they ate against Baylor, hitting all three quarterbacks multiple times. When they ate against Texas with Sam Ehlinger, sacking him 9 times. Against Texas Christian, they gave up the big run to Max Duggan, but he wasn't able to operate other than that. It's really been about the safeties. And as I continue to dig into defensive football and the ideas behind defensive football, I am astounded at how much the safeties actually tell you what's going on, 1, and 2, how intricate they are to run defense, right? Because having that dude that could fill and also having that guy that will spill the ball outside as opposed to anything else is really, really, really beneficial to your defense because defense is not really about making stops. I mean, it is about making stops, but what it's about is spilling the ball east and west and not letting it go north and south. Because you stop people by stopping them from going north, right? You don't want them coming at you because you're giving up yardage. If you're spilling it to one side or the other, they're not picking up any yardage. They're also expending energy, and they're running toward the boundary. You're much more likely to make a play. You're much more likely to get stops as a byproduct of spilling the ball to the outside, and safeties help you tremendously in doing that. So Justin Broiles, as a converted cornerback, there's a reason why he came to Oklahoma to play corner and not safety. And Delarrin Turner-Yell was always much more of a box safety, basically a linebacker that just wasn't big enough to do it. It's another reason why I always thought that Ryan Jones should have been playing some strong safety more than some space linebacker and even some rush in now. I'm not sure what they're planning to do with him, but Ryan Jones and Caleb Kelly are two cut from the same cloth there, and I think that they would help you tremendously as an 8th man in the box and not as a 5th or 6th man in the box. But that's just me, all right? So I'm going to be interested to see what they do with Caleb Kelly, how he's deployed, and how much of Justin Broiles' coverage skills can help you against Justin Jefferson in the slot or spilling the ball to the outside when they try to go to Ty Davis-Price or even John Emery or even Chris Curry. We'll see how that goes. But I'm terribly interested in how this is all going to function, and I'm sure Lincoln Riley's going to have more to say about it on Monday, and then they'll speak again on Thursday and Friday. All right, that's it for me. Deuces.